Nicole, will you remind us of the background to this case?
Well, Colette, this is a really tragic case. So back on the 7th of April, 12-year-old Archie Battersbee was found by his mum in his room at home in Essex, and he was unconscious at the time. Now, he never regained consciousness, and he was brought to the Royal London Hospital in Whitechapel, which is in the east of the city, and since then he's been on life support. So doctors have said that he is brainstem dead, and they said that prolonging his life support will really have no benefit to him. It's not in his best interest. So they were actually seeking to turn it off. They're saying that it's just a matter of time until he dies. But his parents believe that he just needs a bit more time and that he may be able to come back from this. So they brought the trust that runs the hospital to court. And back in June, the High Court found that the doctor's evidence was compelling and that it was not in his best interest to prolong his life support. And they said it is a very tragic case, but prolonging life support is futile. Now, his parents have exhausted every single avenue of appeal in England. Various courts and various judges have all agreed that there is no point in prolonging his life support. The parents also asked the UN Committee on the Rights of People with Disabilities to examine the case. That committee also asked the courts would they issue an injunction to prevent his life support being removed while they examine that case. That was also refused as well. The Supreme Court said just yesterday that there was no point in prolonging the life support. So then today, his life support was supposed to be turned off at 11 a.m, but the parents did manage to file an application now to the European Court of Human Rights. That deadline to do that was 9 o'clock this morning, and they had actually called that deadline quite cruel, given that the Supreme Court actually only issued their decision yesterday. But this morning, Archie's mum, Holly, has been speaking outside.
I'm hoping that they step in and give Archie a right to live. I think that he deserves that. We've got 2 other countries have come forward and they've offered Archie treatment. If this country can't treat him, or they're not willing to treat him, where is the harm in allowing him to go to another country? You know, we need to advance like medical technology, I think, or like medicines, and what better way to allow Archie to go to see if this can actually be done.
So, Colette, the European Court of Human Rights now set to examine this case. As I say, both sides firmly believing that they are in the right. There's no exact deadline of when the European Court of Human Rights is going to examine it, but until it does issue a decision, Archie's life support is going to be prolonged.